What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 8th of March, 2020. All kinds of news going on this week. Let's get started. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all this madness. I want to start you off with my COVID-19 video from a couple days ago. Cases top 100K. As multiple states declare state of emergency. If you have not seen this vital information in that video, that's all coronavirus I'm going to give you for the Jericho Report. Because we got all the news. Federal court rules Hillary Clinton must sit for deposition about her private server. You want me to predict where that's going to go? James Woods says Joe Biden will pick Hillary Clinton as running mate so she can one day be president. Always love reading James Woods on Twitter. You know the thing. Biden botches Declaration of Independence quote during campaign stop. Well, of course he does, because he's too busy being a pervert. Joe Biden spends Super Tuesday sniffing baby's hair in Oakland. God help us if this man wins. Oh, the entertainment that will come from that. In other news, survivalist spends tens of thousands of dollars stockpiling 18 months worth of supplies, including 192 tins of Spam, which he doesn't even like. A little overboard, but the mainstream media's got you. Zero Hedge puts us out. Media vilifies preppers and those stockpiling as selfish hoarders as potential mass quarantine looms. Over to financial news. How major U.S. stock indices fared on Friday. Looks like the Dow Jones fell 256 points or 1%, but for the week the Dow gained 455 or 1.8% after being down over 2,000, almost 3,000 points. It's still not good in the markets, up and down. One day it's up 1,000, another day it's down 1,000. Coronavirus, U.S. banks ready disaster plan, say sources. That from Yahoo News from the AFP on March 4. Meanwhile, it's a good time for ammo. Ammo sales surge as fears of pandemic chaos. Put a link to that. Zero Hedge. Federal Reserve to quarantine dollars from Asia on COVID-19 transmission concerns. Also talk of bringing in an all-digital currency. Of course we knew that was coming. Just put a microchip in my hand. That way there will be no germ spread. Trump at Fox News Town Hall. Oh, we will be cutting entitlements like Medicare and Social Security. It was something that George Carlin said years ago. They're coming for your Social Security. They want it back to give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And Apple will pay $500 million to settle lawsuit over iPhone slowdowns. You people, this is one for you. PC for life, you know what I'm saying? Liberty Nation, over to, where are we now? New World Order Police State News. Liberty Nation puts this out. Second Amendment under fire in California. Santa Clara forms gun confiscation team. I don't know anything about this. I'll put a link to that. Fox 21 News reports 2 10-year-old boys handcuffed and booked after playing with Nerf guns, charged with a Class 5 felony. What is happening to America? Me and my friends used to run around the neighborhood shooting each other with pellets all day long. No problem. Nobody ever called the cops. AZ House passes bill banning transgender female athletes from competing in girls' sports. Well, some good news this week. But over a New York school in Brooklyn hands out drag queen in training stickers to 4-year-olds. Okay. On the other side of the world, Coast Guard seen apparently trying to capsize boat full of refugees. Get away from us. I believe this is the Greek Coast Guard. Put a link to that. And one more. Zero Hedge permanently suspended from Twitter for harassment. This happened apparently January 31. It was one that I missed. Over to World War III news. We got Syria and Russia. Syria war. Russia and Turkey agreed to Idlib ceasefire. We'll see how long that lasts. Just a couple days earlier, terrorist fortifications in Idlib have merged with Turkish outposts. Russian Defense Ministry. All kinds of wars and rumors of wars. Pyongyang launches 2 projectiles towards Sea of Japan. South Korean military says. Lil Kim getting a ronery again. Meanwhile, U.S. strikes Taliban as Trump's Afghanistan peace deal falls apart. Put a link to that. I think I predicted that last week. The Guardian puts us out. Clashes as thousands try to enter Turkish border to enter Greece. Not sure what's going on with that. And one more. Of course, you knew this was coming. Times of Israel reports viruses biological attack on China and Iran. Civil Defense Chief says. I wouldn't rule that out. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news. Now I got it set up for the past week. 5 points plus. A lot of 5 points going on around the world. Nothing. I put it on 6 points. There was nothing that came up. So earthquakes kind of quiet this week. A couple rattlers out there. Meanwhile, death toll from Tennessee. Tornadoes climbed to at least 24. Tornado outbreak in the southern U.S. I'll put a link to that. Thoughts to everybody involved in that. On the other side of the world, Indonesia's most active volcano spews massive cloud into the air, ash cloud. Meanwhile, over in Russia, the tallest volcano experiences moderate or explosive eruptions, spinning ash 20,000 feet into the air. Slow down, you're talking too fast. Couple more climate change experts are 0 and 41 with their doomsday predictions. Speaking of doom, we got another locust story this week. China urges authorities to prepare for possible locust invasion. This on March 1. Over to strange and bizarre news. McConnell reads Schumer's shameful threats into the record. Schumer says, I'm from Brooklyn and I'll kick your ass, apparently threatening Supreme Court justices. I'll put a link to that. I will shoot you. Los Angeles DA's husband pulls gun on Black Lives Matter protesters. Black on black crime. Check that out. Get off my porch. I will shoot you. Rabid cow at Texas rodeo may have infected attendees, officials warn. Mad cow. Meanwhile, 2 doctors suspended for accidentally removing trans man's vagina. How does that happen? I don't want to know. DailyMail.com puts this out. Breathe easy. Consumers don plastic bags and storage containers and glass masks as coronavirus. If you scroll down and see what some people are using for protection, I guess they'd rather suffocate themselves than die from the coronavirus. Some of these are actually kind of funny. I just thought I'd throw this into the strange bin because, I mean, look at that. Put a link to that. I understand you want to be protected, but use your head. DailyMail.com puts this out. Infamous Walmart Blue Bell ice cream liquor is jailed for 30 days after he was caught running his tongue over a fresh tub of... What? This guy's licking ice cream and putting it back in the freezer at a Walmart. I just don't even know. For all other news, please check my favorite videos. I favorited a ton of stuff this week. Coronavirus toilet paper argument leads to violence in Australia. The Show Me Baby's got a new one out. We got military checkpoints reported in north of Las Vegas. We got 100,000 plus cases coming, says Fox News. All kinds of stuff in my favorites. Check it out over there. I do have one shout out this week. Shout out to the CDC. Yes, you heard that right. I saw this and I just cracked up laughing. It was late at night. I was tired. I was loopy, and the CDC recommends facial hairstyles and for filtering face piece respirators. If you go through some of these, apparently you can be Zorro, you could be a villain, long stubble. It tells you what you can and can't have as far as facial stuff. Just have a look at this. It's hilarious, I promise you. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you like this report, please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you think it sucks, it's the worst of YouTube, you never want to see again, please rate, though. It helps it move around. You can also support me on Patreon or through PayPal. It takes a lot to put these reports together. I have gotten some donations the past couple of weeks. I thank everybody for supporting me. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Gab for breaking news and live show updates and all kinds of stuff like that. I'll put all my links at the bottom always. What a week. What's coming with this coronavirus in the next week? I have no idea. We got this cruise ship off the West Coast that's quarantined. Trump says he doesn't want to let the people off the ship. The cases are climbing in the United States. As I shoot this video, I believe it's over 400, and there's more and more deaths. And if you pull up the coronavirus map, it's just surrounding us, people. Is it going to turn into a full-scale pandemic? I certainly hope not. But be prepared. Remain vigilant. Be ready to bug out or bug in or whatever your plan is, because you never know. You guys take care. Stay safe. I will see you on the next one.